Before we begin, we'd like to start with the Pledge of Allegiance, being led by Lieutenant Randall.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. The following matters will come before the Revere License Commission today. This is our regularly scheduled meeting. The meeting is previously filed with the city clerk. The first item on the agenda is approval of minutes of September 18th, 2024.
I hereby move to approve.
I beg your pardon? The approval of the minutes?
Yes.
Do you want to make a motion to approve them?
I move to approve the minutes.
And I'll second that.
Very good. Those minutes are approved. Thank you very much. The next item on the agenda are applications submitted for consideration. Item number 1, Blessed Mother of the Morning Star Parish at St. Mary's Church, 670 Washington Avenue. Ralph DeChico is the event manager. This is an application for a one-day malt wine, common victular, and entertainment license to be exercised at St. Mary's Church, 670 Washington Avenue on Saturday, October 26th, 2024, from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. The event is a spaghetti dinner dance. The expected attendance is 85 to 95. Your name and address for the record, please, sir.
Hi, good afternoon. Rick Frenny, 37 Madison Street.
Thank you, Mr. Frenny. Can you just tell us briefly what you'd like to do with this license?
Sure, so this is a titled Boo Sketty Supper. It's for our parishioners. We like to have some beer and wine. We're making our own meatballs and spaghetti. It's represented by the Holy Name Society, the Men's Holy Name Society. We're doing all the cooking, and we're going to have some music there as well. And we're just trying to raise money for the church.
Very good. You've had these?
Yes, sir,
events in the past.
several over the years, yes, sir.
Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions for Mr. Frenny?
No questions.
None.
Very good. We'll close this section of the hearing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Are there any proponents? Anybody like to speak on behalf of the spaghetti supper? We don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Is there anybody opposed? Anybody opposed to the spaghetti supper? We don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Would you like to discuss this, or do you want to make a motion?
I'd like to move to approve the application as written.
Very good.
And I will second that.
Very good. The application for the one-day malt wine, common victular, and entertainment license for St. Mary's is approved. Thank you very much. The license will be exercised in the Lower Church Hall at 670 Washington Avenue on Saturday, October 26, 2024, from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Item number 2, City Revere Public Library, 179 Beach Street. Haley Hanton is the event manager. This is an application for a one-day malt wine and entertainment license. This license will be exercised at the Revere Public Library, 179 Beach Street, on Saturday, October 26, 2024, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. The event is a All Hallows Eve haunted house tour. Expected attendance is 750 to 100. Your name and address for the record, please.
Haley Hanton, 78 Heath Street.
Can you just, thank you.
Haley Hanton, 78 Heath Street.
Thank you very much. Okay, so your expected attendance is 750 to 1,000 people?
So last year they had 1,000.
Okay, very good, thank you. And can you tell us briefly what you'd like to do with this license?
So it is a haunted house in the library, and we are also asking for a permit as well for, to have a beer garden that will be sectioned off in the library grounds outside with wristbands, checking IDs with Bentwater Brewery. And we are also staffing along the streets towards the burial ground, and they are going to be haunting the burial ground with guided tours inside. Like we've done, I think this is gonna be the 4th year that we've done this. It started at the city hall, the last prior years, we're getting rid of that, and we're just shifting it all to the library.
Very good. Now, the beer garden, is the beer gonna be self-contained?
Yes.
In the beer garden, they won't be traveling down?
No,
to
no, no,
the-
no, no, no. You have to stay inside the boundaries that we're gonna set up with DPW.
Very good. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions?
I'm good, no questions.
Why are you moving it from City Hall to the library?
It got a little confusing and people were kind of traveling all throughout the street, so we felt like it was better to condense it. The library has a lot of traction with the haunted house, and then it's wicked close to the burial ground, so we kind of just figured that we'd get rid of City Hall and bring it all over to the library and have,
Around, huh?
yeah,
Yeah, spooky.
yeah,
I see it, I see where you're going with it.
yeah.
Who do you plan, who do you plan to serve the liquor to? Because there's a lot of kids attend this event, no?
Yeah, it is, and we just figured that we had a lot of families, and we had a lot of adults that they're like, just like Fall Festival.
Dad can be outside getting
That's
some
right,
beers.
or mom, yeah,
Your
yeah,
moms need them too.
That's right.
Dealing with those kids.
that's right.
But no, I have no questions, so sounds like it's a good event.
Very good. We'll close this section of the hearing. Any proponents, anybody else like to speak on behalf of the public library spooky event? You don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Anybody opposed? Anybody opposed to the issuing of this license? I don't see or hear anybody. Would you like to discuss this further, or do you want to make a motion?
I can make a motion to approve.
And I would gladly second that motion.
Very good. The application for a one-day malt wine and entertainment license for the city of Revere Public Library, All Hallows Eve Haunted House Tour is approved. The license will be exercised at the Revere Public Library at 179 Beach Street on Saturday, October 26th, 2024, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Thank you very much. Good luck with your event. Item number 3, City Revere Haas Wellness Center, 321 Charger Street. Haley Hampton is the event manager. This is another application for a one-day malt wine, common victular, and entertainment license. This license will be exercised at the Haas Wellness Center, 321 Charger Street on Friday, October 25th, 2024, from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. The event is a Haunt Fest Halloween party. The expected attendance is 100. Can you explain what you'd like to do with this license?
So it's basically would just be a costume party. We had high attendance with the member appreciation, so this is kind of basically, we figured that this would be kind of a fun event for our members. We're not letting anyone, the gym allows, younger kids to come to the gym, but we're making this event 21 plus. So anyone entering the door will be checking IDs. You can't enter unless you're 21.
Is this only for gym members, or can?
No,
general
anyone
public?
can come. But we do, I mean, I would think that there wouldn't be too much traffic, especially with it being kind of everyone's Halloween party night, the Friday before Halloween, but we're gonna have a DJ, drinks, and that's kinda it, costume contest type of thing.
I think I'm gonna come.
That's right, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop by. Did
Gonna
you
wear a
fill out this
costume?
application? You wouldn't wanna fill out this application?
Yeah,
Oh, we have to wear costumes?
yeah, it's needed. You need to wear a costume.
What are you gonna go as?
The judge.
Iron Man.
That's it. Good one.
I have an Iron Man costume from like 10 years ago. I'm gonna try to squeeze into.
So Bentwater is gonna be doing the alcohol service at this event as well?
Yes, yes.
Very good. Okay, well, I don't have any further questions. Anybody else have any questions?
No, I'm good.
We will close this section of the hearing. Are there any proponents? Anybody else like to speak on behalf of the issuing of this license? We don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section.
Thank you, guys.
Is there anybody opposed? Anybody opposed to the issuing of this license? We don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Would you like to discuss this further, or do you want to make a motion?
I'd like to move to approve the application that was so neat it was so neatly written. Did you write this? Wow, the penmanship is amazing. Compared to my chicken scratch? Good job. I would move to approve the application.
I'm gonna second that.
Very good. The application for a one-day malt wine common victular entertainment license is approved. The City of Revere license will be exercised at the Haas Wellness Center, 321 Charger Street on Friday, October 25th, 2024, from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. The event is the Haunt Fest Halloween Party. Good luck with your event.
Back.
Item number 4, Noria Energy Retail, Inc., DBA Noria, 345 Bennett Highway, 345 Bennett Highway. John Senzinski is the manager. I'm sorry if I mispronounced.
Pronounce it correct.
Thank you.
My name is Danny Delahun. I am a district manager of that. When I purchased this building as well as the business.
Hit your mic. The button.
Just hit the button in the middle there. There you go, thank you.
Oh, okay. So we just purchased a business in the building, so we are planning to add a coffee or a glade soaps and other stuffs.
Now, do you have are you also run the place on Squire Road?
No, that's a different, that's not.
That's a
us.
different
Yeah,
operation?
that's a completely different company.
Okay, I mean, it's the same Noria, or is it the,
The Square Road does say Noria.
I think so.
No, it says different, I remember. We do have 100, close to 180 stores throughout the 5 states from
okay.
Connecticut, Rhode Island.
All right, and so you're gonna have like the roller hot dog things?
Roller hot
and-
dog soaps, we're gonna have our own coffee. They had a coffee when we purchased the business, but we don't have our license, so we took it down. So we applied for a license.
Very good. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any additional questions?
I'm good.
Neither do I.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. We'll close this section of the hearing. Is there any proponents? Anybody would like to speak on behalf of the issuing of this license? Don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Is there anybody opposed? Anybody opposed to the issuing of the common victuals license for Noria 345 Bennett Highway? We don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Would you like to discuss this, or do you want to,
I can make a motion to approve.
And I'd second that motion.
very good. The application is approved for a common victuals license to be exercised at 345 Bennett Highway. And that license will be, requested hours are Sunday through Saturday, 5 a.m. to 10 p.m., no seating.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you
Good
for
luck.
having me.
Good luck.
Thanks a lot.
Item number 5, 388 Broadway LLC, DBA Volare, 388 Broadway. Cecilia Maya is the manager. This is an application for a change of hours and to amend the entertainment license. The application for Volare to change the operating hours to Sunday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 a.m., and to amend the entertainment to allow DJ on Sunday from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Current operating hours are Sunday through Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 1 a.m. The current entertainment allows DJ Saturday from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Name and address for the record, please, ma'am.
Cecilia Maya, address 388 Broadway in Revere.
Very good. Can you tell us what you'd like to do with the expanded change of hours?
We would like to open earlier on Sundays. We're doing the prime rib brunch at the moment, and we're open at 11:30 in the morning for brunch. We were hoping that we can open at 10 a.m. to be able to serve more customers, to bring in more people at an earlier breakfast time. That was the idea with that. And also that we were hoping to do entertainment, maybe either DJ, just some type of atmosphere, music, I guess, for our diners at that time. And then the 2 a.m. license was so that we could do our DJ instead of 11, to bring in the DJ maybe at 10-ish, so that way we could end the music at 1 and close at 2. We'd hate for our patrons to leave at 1 o'clock in the morning and go to other establishments that are open till 2 a.m. in the morning. And so you see the drawback there, one, that our customers are going somewhere else, but not only that, why don't they just finish the night at our place and then from 2 a.m. head home instead of going to other places?
No, I understand completely. When you were open at 2, though, we did have some issues regarding the security and some noise complaints and fights and things like that. Have you taken any steps to try and mitigate some of that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as you've noticed, that we haven't had that problem for I don't know how many years now.
Yes,
But
it's
yes, that
been-
was way in the past.
Well, since
But
we
yes,
turned it back,
We
right?
have, well, once our licenses changed to the 2 a.m. and that we can bring in the DJ a little earlier, of course, we're gonna have the security there, and we're gonna make sure that our music stays at a lower volume to prevent, our neighbors or others complaining about the loud noise.
Very good. Thank you very much. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions?
Yes, did you ever end up at, I understand there was an issue with, if there was any emergency or, the fire department ever come, did you ever add a kill switch to your?
We do, yes, we did, yes.
So that's all set.
Yes, and it was inspected, yes.
How about with security? What measures are you taking? Do you have like people set for certain times?
We do. We have, well, actually, once this is approved, we have a security company waiting for us to say, okay, they're coming in, and they'll be in from 10 o'clock until 2:30 a.m.
How come you don't have security now? I mean, you're open till 1.
We did. Funny enough, we did. We had a group that came in, and I think we stopped having the security because we weren't busy
I
enough
see.
to support them and us.
That makes sense.
We stopped, I want to say easily, maybe late August, early September, but we did. We had a security group that came in,
I remember
and so of
before
course we'd
COVID,
rehire.
Villars used to be pretty busy, like at night.
We used to be, yeah, long ago, yeah.
So are you starting to see an uptick now?
It's, God is good every day, yes. Slowly but surely, we're starting to get a little busier, yes.
That's all I have.
Any other questions?
I'm good.
Very good, thank you. We're going to close this section of the hearing. Are there any proponents? Is there anybody that would like to speak on behalf of the change of hours and amendment to the license?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Paul Agenzio, 245 Reservoir Avenue. I'm the Ward 4 Counselor. I represent the area that Villars is in. I personally know the owners. They run an excellent establishment. Since I've been City Councilor, I haven't heard one complaint about the business. I frequent it myself, and I think the 2 o'clock is appropriate. I know the business on the other corner is 2 o'clock, so I'm fully in favor of this, and I think they'll do a good job at it.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
Counselor.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else that would like to speak on behalf of the issuing of this change of hours or amendment to the entertainment license?
Hi, Councilor Angela Guarino Sawaya. I'm in favor of granting them the 2 a.m. license. They've paid their time, for the mistakes that they made in the past, but it's been an excellent establishment. The food is fantastic, and we should allow them to thrive instead of holding them back. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Counselor. We appreciate your input. Are there any other proponents? Anybody else like to speak on behalf of the change of hours and amendment to the entertainment license? We don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Is there anybody opposed? Is there anybody opposed to the issuing of the change of hours? We don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Do you want to discuss this, or would you like to make a motion? I mean, I think that, the councilors make a good point that they have paid their dues as far as for the past transgressions, and maybe they do deserve an opportunity to expand their business. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but.
I agree. I've been in there several times, and I personally haven't seen or heard any issues with Villars.
I think that having the security is gonna help, you know, with the prior issues you had, so I can make a motion to approve.
And I would second that motion.
Very good. The application for a change of hours and to amend the entertainment license is approved. The application of 388 Broadway LLC, DBA Valaris, to change the operating hours to Sunday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 a.m., and to amend the entertainment license to allow DJ on Sunday through Saturday, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. And that's it. That license is approved. Good luck. Thank you very much. Item number 6, Lupita Revere LLC, DBA Lupita Restaurant, 111 Shirley Avenue. Erasmo Guevara is the manager. This is also an application for a change of hours. The application for Lupita Revere for a change of operating hours to Sunday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. The current hours are Sunday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 12 a.m., with entertainment closing at 11:30. Your name and address for the record, please, sir.
Good afternoon, members of the License Commission. Attorney Joe Francis here with Erasmo Guevara, manager and proprietor of the Lupita's Restaurant. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And can you tell us what you'd like to do here with this change of hours?
Well, thank you. We were here in July, and the commission and some neighbors had addressed concerns about the establishment and about Shirley Ave in general, about loud music and late night activities. The commission then reduced my client's hours back to from 2 a.m. to midnight. We left that day and we immediately started to address the concerns raised by the commission. My client is a small business owner, family-owned. He immediately went out and installed a second heavy door to the restaurant. So now there's a door on the street from the sidewalk. You walk in and there's another door. That will help lower any type of noise and abate the noise issues. We've also spoken with all the bartenders and all the staff regarding any requests from police officers to lower the music. They've been informed of that. My client also went out and spent money getting the windows double paneled. He's here today, and the reason they're seeking the reinstatement of the 2 a.m. because it's a family-owned and operated business. They service the community. Most of their patrons are hardworking citizens and residents of Revere. This is not a stockbroker's bar where people come in after 5 o'clock for a drink. They may come in after their shift at 9, 10, 11, 12, and 1 o'clock, okay? So I think it's important for them to have that opportunity to keep the restaurant and bar open till that time. They've made, like I said, substantial and expensive amounts of repairs and improvements to the bar in order to make it more palatable and better for the neighborhood. And Mr. Guevara is here.
So, I'm sorry. We did a double door, and so, to protect the sound, when you open one door, the other one closes, so the sound stays inside. And that prevents us from anything that comes out of the establishment. I also spoke to Conan, that's his name, right? Sergeant Conan with the detailers. And I offered myself to put a detailer, a police officer there every weekend for the safety and security of our neighbors.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you're
police officer,
making...
he will stay there, I believe, till 3 o'clock. I also offer 1 more hour to my security guard so he can help the police officer who's attending them to kick everybody out of the premises. That means from the stop sign to the other stop sign. So that technically, from that stop sign to the Barstow stop sign stays very clear, and the neighbors will stay at peace.
Now, you remember when you were here last time, the neighbors were complaining pretty loudly about some of the things that were going on. You understand that if you were to get these hours back and this were to happen again, that would just be right back here rolling them back again?
We will try to prevent that. I don't want to be here. As you can see, I don't like podiums. I don't like, this for me is, it's a little bit too much. My heart is
understand.
like pounding.
You're all right.
I understand.
Like I said last time, I was not too much into what was going on in my own business because I was going through my own personal stuff too.
Right.
I have a lot of health issues and, I have 2 kids. I'm a single dad.
Understand.
And, I try to focus more on my kids than I did on the business, but that's gonna change now.
Well,
Gonna be
thank
more
you for
there.
that, we appreciate it. One thing that was brought to our attention is that the premises that was altered, building permits were not pulled for that. And so that is gonna have to be addressed at some point.
We'll figure it out, because I talked to my contractor, he actually told me to do that. We didn't need to put the permits, and I actually asked him, but if anything, we'll do what we have to do. If we need to pay for the permits, we'll pay for it right
I think
away.
any type of structural change, right, you gotta pull permit.
Yeah, I think that's
Adding
what's-
double doors is structural change, so you have to.
Okay, well, do you want to, any questions for these gentlemen?
I don't have a question, but I will say this, I went by Lupita's, I parked across the street, I hung out just to kind of observe what was going on, and I must say, after our last meeting and you were here, I was very impressed with how you guys immediately started abiding by what we put in place. The restaurant was promptly shutting down at its required hours. I even watched, people exiting, orderly, there was no noise. In fact, I drove by, I live right next to Lupita's, so.
Oh, you do?
I was able to drive by several times on the weekend, and you don't hear anything outside. I mean, nothing. It's, the quiet, I mean, even when the place is active, the street is dead. You don't hear anything, so I'm very impressed with that. My only concern, and I have no objection to putting the hours back, it's just that, I don't know if the neighbors were sufficiently notified of that, and, we'll address that when we make our motion. My only concern is that, I feel like they should have an opportunity to be heard, or I should ask you, counsel, if there were any attempts to, you guys to, canvass your neighborhood, to speak with some of your neighbors about some of the changes that you made to get a sentiment of how they feel.
Well, thank you. And after the hearing in July, I was outside and there was a family, and I was speaking with them. I offered them, I gave them my card. I said, if anything comes up, you talk to Mr. Rivera, you can call me, email me. Again, he wants to be a good neighbor, and he's been dealing with the community leaders, the city council in the area, trying to get this thing done. And again, we spoke last time about, there are other license holders on the street, okay? And there are people in there, and it's a very, you live there, it's a very mixed, diverse community, and it's residential, it's commercial. I'm old enough to remember when Beach Sales was on Shirley Ave. I go way back, I grew up in Winthrop, so it's a community, like I said, it's always been very diverse, and we're here. My client's going nowhere. He owns Lupita Bakery also. The family owns the bakery, which is right there. And that's people going in late hours, getting their baked goods. So if anybody has any issues, they know where to find us. And if there's any, we welcome anybody that wants to come in, talk to either my client or the staff. Again, they've been told that, to accommodate and be good neighbors to the area.
Okay, well, thank you very much for that. There was one incident that occurred, last Wednesday? Did you have the police come to the establishment last Wednesday?
No, I think it had nothing to do with us. It's something that happened with somebody outside. It's just
Okay.
they said that Lupita because it happened like right in front of it. And, but I think the guy was already intoxicated, but we don't know from where he came from.
Okay.
Yeah, but the police did show up. I was there at the bakery when they showed up and everything, so.
Very good. Do you have any other questions?
I don't. I'm satisfied with the
Do
representation.
you have any questions?
I don't have questions, I just feel some sort of concern with the neighbors. During the time that I've been a commissioner, I've never seen so many neighbors come and complain about a particular restaurant. So I just feel that if we move forward and say, go back to 2 a.m. and then, but I do see that you have taken, the measures you needed to make changes, and I'm pretty sure you know how it is now. You don't want this to happen again.
I don't.
And we're all here,
Like I said,
to support businesses and stuff.
This
but-
is too much for me. This is paranoid.
again, my recollection back in July, there was a lot of frustration about the whole street and about noise and people coming in and out, and they conceded that it wasn't all, coming out of Lupita. There was other license holders there. So, but again, I'm glad you brought that out, Madam Commissioner, because this is something I spoke with my client about. He realizes the cost involved in these issues. He's made the capital improvements to the area. And again, like I said, it services the working members of the community for a late beer or a taco late at night.
All right, well, thank you very much, gentlemen. We'll close this section of the hearing. Are there any proponents? Anybody else like to speak on behalf of the change of hours request by Lupita? We don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Is anybody opposed? Anybody opposed to the issuing of the change of hours request? Don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Do you want to discuss this further, or what would you like to do with this? You want to make a motion?
I would move to approve the application for the change of hours as written.
I'm going to second that.
Very good. The application for the change of hours for Lupita's is approved. The application will be exercised at Lupita's at 111 Shirley Avenue. The operating hours will be changed to Sunday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. And the entertainment will be actually going until 1 o'clock. Is that okay? Very good. That's a done deal. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We appreciate you working with us, and good luck with that.
Good luck.
Yeah, definitely, good luck.
The next item on the agenda are hearings. Item number 7, RK&E Corp., DBA BK's Bar and Grill, 264 Ocean Avenue. Marilyn Symes is the manager. This is a hearing into unauthorized transfer of ownership, lack of approved licensed manager. This is a continuation from the August meeting, and I guess we're going to have a status hearing as to where we are with this.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you. James Cipolletta, 5 Fremont Street in Winthrop, on behalf of BK's, and Bob Kelly is here today. We were before the commission a couple of months ago, and just to remind, I'll bring the commission up to date just a little more fully. This whole issue arose as a result of the death of Sissy Kelly, Bob's mother, and Robert Kelly, his father, who were the officers, directors, and stockholders of the company, and then the subsequent retirement of Marilyn Sims, who was the manager of record. Although Bob spent an inordinate amount of time there working, he did not immediately apply to become manager. So, as the commission pointed out correctly, it was sort of a ship without a rudder. It was running straight, however, but there was no manager. Looking further into it, Maggie pointed out to us that there had been the necessity to change the officers and directors and to transfer the stock. The management part, I think, is a little easier because it's not complicated by the death of the two principals, both of which needed to have their estates probated. So to bring the commission up to date, Mr. Chairman and commissioners, what's happened since then, and in fact since my filing of the status report, all of the filings that were outstanding, and I think there were 5 years of filings with the Secretary of State, they've all been filed. The fees have been paid. The corporation has been reinstated. Robert Kelly is now the president and the director. I've sent those over to Maggie by email. I brought some hard copies for the commission, if any of the commissioners would want to see them. It's a little stack of things we printed out from the Secretary of State's office. So locally, regarding the Secretary of State and the condition of the corporation, I think we're pretty much squared away to that extent, leaving then us to look at what's going on with the two estates. Mrs. Kelly's estate is pretty much wrapped up. Attorney Turco was hired to take over for the attorney who had retired, had been handling the estates and the corporation. Bob Kelly Sr. Passed away in Florida. So there's a little bit of a difference, an intermediate step that needs to be taken before the assets of one estate go into the other estate, and then having a license to be transferred to Bob, though that, to me, it's not my area of expertise, would seem, since he's the sole heir, he is going to be the sole shareholder. So what we're waiting for essentially is just administrative and judicial the administration of justice and some logistical things to happen, and we appear to be in line for that. I'm wondering if though, and Maggie would know better than I would, if at this point it might it be ripe to send the change of manager application on to ABCC, but I'll let the commission, and I couldn't figure that out, whether they should all go as one package, or should the change of manager go forward so the ABCC knows that it's not being unmanaged. Although, functionally it is. Officially on the books of the ABCC, they have a blank name in the spot for manager, so that one might actually be above my pay grade. So I'd leave it to the commission's interpretation of that. But that's what we have to report today. And we expect that in the ordinary course of the sluggish, probate docket, this may be wrapped up pretty soon because there's really not much to do, just sort of sign off. I think we're waiting for one more piece of paper from Florida, and that's it. So.
Well, Counselor, how much time would you think would be a reasonable period of time to let this run out a little bit and see where we are?
I think if we're talking about a sentencing hearing, I might be able to give you a really good answer to that, but a closing up of an estate, God, I don't think I've ever done one. I think we had 60 days for the last time. No more than 60 days, and if it's ripe prior to that, or we get some closure from Attorney Turco's office and a sign-off from the probate court ahead of time, and we were in time to make the next meeting, perhaps we can pop that on the agenda if it's not too long.
Do you have any questions for these gentlemen?
Who's the current manager at the moment? On-site manager?
Sorry?
Who's the current on-site manager?
Myself.
Yourself, okay. That's all.
No questions for me. I know that takes takes a while.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, I guess what I would suggest is that we give this 60 days and see what it looks like at that point, and hopefully, you guys will have it resolved and you'll be all set. I'm a little concerned about the manager aspect of it. But like you say, Counselor, I don't know what's the best course of action with that. I guess we would just leave it as it is for now and let it run the 60 days, and then we'll see where we are then.
Let me ask you a question. If they get through the probate process, what, if anything, would they have to do in front of the commission? Is it just follow?
Just to make an application for a manager would be my guess. That would be the only thing that would be. Yes.
Right.
So that would have to be filed before the commission.
I think we may have filed for a change of manager. And okay, so we'll refile. Maggie's my mentor, so whatever she tells me to do, that's what I'm going to do. So.
I think we all operate on that premise.
How humble.
All right, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go with the 60 days, and you guys will work out the paperwork with Maggie as far as the applications go.
Yes, and if it happens sooner and we get notice, we'll shoot it in if you want to see us ahead of time. That's fine. We're ready to go.
Very good. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. Good luck.
Thank
Take it
you.
easy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
That concludes the hearing section of today's agenda. The next items are communications. I have a notification from the Massachusetts Alcoholic Beverage Control Commission of an approval of a change of officer director for Uno's Restaurants, LLC, DBA Uno Chicago Grill. A notification from the Alcoholic Beverage Control Commission of approval of a transfer of an all-alcohol package store license and pledge of license for Cherie Manohar Corp., DBA Dairy Mart. A notification from the Alcoholic Beverage Control Commission of a return of no action of an application for a change of officers, directors for the Revere Lodge number 1171 of the Benevolent Protective Order of Elks of USA, Inc. And that concludes today's agenda. I would make a motion that we adjourn today's meeting until November 20th.
I second that motion.
Very good. Today's meeting is adjourned.